Greetings, intrepid souls. I'm Banshee, your fearless navigator through the bone-chilling realms of banshee whale tales. Grab your comfiest blanket, perhaps a steaming cup of tea, and brace yourselves for tales that will have you checking under your bed tonight. But before we dive into the abyss, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's embark on this spine-tingling journey together. The Bell Witch Haunting, unveiling the supernatural enigma. In the early 19th century, the serene town of Adams, Tennessee, became the stage for a paranormal saga that etched its name into American folklore, the haunting of the Bell Witch. As the unfolding events transcended the boundaries of the natural, eyewitness accounts painted a vivid picture of the malevolence that gripped the Bell family and their quaint homestead. One compelling eyewitness testimony revolves around the patriarch, John Bell. Reportedly, he became the primary target of the Bell Witch's wrath, enduring relentless physical attacks that included slapping, punching, and torment. Family members and visitors alike attested to the sheer horror of witnessing these inexplicable assaults, leaving an indelible mark on their collective psyche. John Bell Jr., another unfortunate target, bore the brunt of the entity's relentless torment. Eyewitnesses described the profound distress he experienced, both physically and psychologically, as the Bell Witch seemed to take perverse pleasure in subjecting individual family members to its malevolent whims. The haunting extended beyond the realm of physical assaults, venturing into the supernatural. Witnesses recounted chilling visions that materialized within the Bell family home, apparitions and ghostly creatures that defied rational explanation. These spectral manifestations added an eerie layer to the already distressing atmosphere, amplifying the sense of dread that pervaded the household. As word of the haunting spread, visitors became unwitting participants in the spectral drama. One notable account involves a schoolteacher, Richard Powell, who dared to confront the Bell Witch. His audacity unleashed a torrent of physical attacks and humiliating encounters, a testament to the entity's vindictive nature, witnessed by those who stood at the intersection of skepticism and the supernatural. The Bell Witch haunting's authenticity has been a perennial subject of debate, with skeptics questioning the veracity of these eyewitness accounts. Yet, for believers, the harrowing experiences detailed by those who endured the entity's torment stand as a chilling testament to the enigmatic forces that blurred the lines between the living and the supernatural in the heart of Adams, Tennessee. The Sallie House, unveiling the shadows, echoes of the unseen, Part 1. In the twilight of the 1990s, the quaint town of Atchison, Kansas, bore witness to a haunting that transcended the boundaries of the natural. The Sallie House, an unassuming residence on the surface, became the canvas upon which the paranormal painted its enigmatic tapestry. Tony and Deborah Pickman, the unwitting protagonists of this spectral drama, found themselves thrust into a world where apparitions materialized with a disquieting regularity. Shadows danced in the periphery of their vision, taking form and substance in a manner that defied the laws of the tangible. The Pickmans, caught in a spectral ballet, were left to grapple with the unsettling reality of the unseen. One of the most chilling aspects of the Sallie House haunting was the manifestation of mysterious fires. Flames flickered into existence without apparent cause, casting an ethereal glow that illuminated the inexplicable. The warmth of these spectral fires did little to soothe the nerves of the bewildered couple, who watched as the supernatural danced in flickering flames. As if the ghostly flames weren't enough, the Pickmans bore witness to scratches etched upon their flesh by unseen hands. The malevolent touch left physical marks, tangible evidence of an intangible force that seemed to revel in torment. The scratches became a visceral reminder of the intrusion of the paranormal into the realm of the everyday. The name Sally emerged as a spectral signature, whispered through the corridors of the house. Sally, an entity whose presence seemed to linger, casting an invisible gaze upon the unfolding events. The Pickmans, tormented and perplexed, found themselves entangled in a narrative that defied logical explanation. The Sallie House, once a sanctuary, now stood as a portal to the unknown, drawing the attention of paranormal investigators eager to unravel its mysteries. Their cameras rolled, capturing the unfolding drama as the Pickmans grappled with the supernatural forces that held sway within their home. The Sallie House became a crucible where reality and the inexplicable collided, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of haunted lore. The Sallie House, unveiling the shadows, Echoes of the Unseen Part 2. As paranormal investigators descended upon the Sally house, drawn by the whispers of the inexplicable, the veil between the tangible and the ethereal seemed to thin. The television show Sightings captured the unfolding drama, providing a glimpse into a world where the normalcy of daily life gave way to the extraordinary. Eyewitness accounts, shared with an air of both trepidation and awe, recounted the moments when the unseen made itself known. Cameras rolled, documenting the spectral energies that permeated the air as investigators ventured into the heart of the haunting. Witnesses described apparitions that materialized with an unsettling clarity. These ghostly figures, shrouded in the residue of the unknown, moved with an otherworldly grace that left those present in a state of both fascination and fear. The Sally house, it seemed, harbored entities that existed beyond the grasp of the living. The investigation delved into the heart of the scratches that marred the skin of the Pickmans. Photographs captured the aftermath of these mysterious attacks, presenting a visual testament to the physical toll exacted by forces that eluded scientific explanation. The evidence mounted, creating a tapestry of the supernatural that left both investigators and skeptics grappling with the implications. In the realm of the Sally house, every creak, every flicker of light, became a potential conduit for the unseen. Electronic voice phenomena, EVP, recordings captured whispers and disembodied voices, adding an auditory layer to the spectral narrative. The Sally house, it seemed, possessed a voice that echoed from dimensions unknown. As the investigation unfolded, the house itself became a living testament to the unexplained. The walls, witnesses to the spectral ballet, stood as silent observers to a drama that transcended the ordinary. The Pickmans, forever changed by their encounter with the unknown, left the Sally house behind, but its echoes lingered, etched into the very fabric of the residence. The Sally house remains a chapter in paranormal lore, a place where the boundaries between the known and the mysterious blur. The haunting endures as an enigma, inviting those curious enough to peer into its shadows and contemplate the forces that remain concealed within its walls. The Snedeker Haunting, unveiling the shadows of a Connecticut mortuary. In the eerie landscape of Southington, Connecticut, the 1980s bore witness to the Snedeker family's unsettling odyssey into the supernatural. Their residence, once a funeral home steeped in the macabre, transformed into the stage for a haunting that would linger in the annals of paranormal lore, the infamous Snedeker haunting. Within the confines of their home, the Snedekers reported a tapestry of unsettling phenomena, each thread woven with the residue of the mortuary's dark past. Malevolent entities manifested, their presence tangible in the ominous air. Ghoulish figures, spectral dancers on the fringe of perception, added a disconcerting layer to the haunting. The Snedekers even spoke of instances of possession, where the veil between the living and the spectral seemed to fray. Desperate for understanding, the Snedeker family turned to the preeminent paranormal investigators of the time, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Famed for their encounters with the supernatural, the Warrens embarked on a chilling exploration of the Snedeker haunting. Their conclusions sent ripples through the community. The funeral home harbored dark entities that reveled in the shadows and preyed on the souls of the living. The allure of this spectral saga reached beyond the realm of reality into Hollywood's embrace. The Haunting in Connecticut, a cinematic dramatization, brought the Snedeker haunting to a wider audience. Yet, with cinematic fame came a torrent of skepticism. Detractors alleged that the Snedeker family's narrative might have been embellished for financial gain, blurring the already hazy line between reality and theatrical horror. Behind the scenes of the haunting, the Snedekers navigated a maze of fear and uncertainty. Their claims, a mix of supernatural terror and potential financial incentive, fueled debates about the authenticity of their harrowing experiences. The former funeral home became a battleground not only for entities beyond the veil, but also for the perception of truth in the murky world of paranormal investigations. The Snedeker haunting endures as a perplexing chapter in the paranormal chronicles, where the visceral horror of the supernatural collides with the skepticism of a scrutinizing world. Southington's former funeral home remains enshrouded in shadows, its secrets guarded by the whispers of malevolent entities in the ambiguous line between reality and the spectral unknown. The Enfield Poltergeist, unraveling the mysteries of paranormal disturbances. The Enfield poltergeist stands as an iconic and extensively documented case of paranormal activity, etching its eerie narrative into the annals of modern history. The unfolding events gripped a small council house in Enfield, North London, between 1977 and 1979, revolving around the Hodgson family. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, resided in the house with her 4 children: Margaret, 13, Janet, 11, Johnny, 10, and Billy, 7. The haunting saga commenced in August 1977 when the family reported peculiar noises, knocking on walls and furniture mysteriously sliding across the floor. Initially brushed off as the commonplace sounds of an aging house, the disturbances swiftly escalated in both intensity and frequency. Objects appeared to move of their own accord, and the family witnessed furniture being hurled around rooms. At the epicenter of the poltergeist activity stood Janet Hodgson, the second eldest child. She attested that the strange occurrences predominantly transpired around her, accompanied by instances where her voice would undergo a chilling transformation into a deep, guttural tone. The family also claimed to witness Janet levitate and endure physical attacks from unseen forces. News of the haunting swiftly reached the media, drawing the attention of paranormal investigators, journalists, and skeptics. Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon Playfair, members of the Society for Psychical Research, SPR, spearheaded the investigative efforts. They immersed themselves in the Hodgson residence, conducting interviews, deploying equipment for audio recordings, and striving to unravel the nature of the paranormal phenomena. Throughout their investigation, Grosse and Playfair reported witnessing inexplicable events, including furniture moving without apparent cause and unexplained knocking sounds. Audio recordings captured Janet speaking in different voices, embodying personas such as an old man and a gruff entity named Bill. Skeptics questioned the authenticity of the events, proposing that the children might be orchestrating elaborate hoaxes. However, Grosse and Playfair maintained that they observed phenomena defying easy explanations. One of the most iconic incidents involved photographs purportedly depicting Janet levitating in her bedroom. These images, coupled with audio recordings, became pivotal evidence for believers in the authenticity of the Enfield poltergeist case. As swiftly as the disturbances emerged, they dissipated by 1979. The Hodgson family eventually departed the Enfield house, leaving behind a legacy of one of the most controversial and debated paranormal cases in history. The Enfield poltergeist has spawned books, documentaries, and movies, notably The Conjuring 2, loosely adapting the events. While some persist in their belief in supernatural origins, others maintain skepticism, attributing the events to diverse psychological or environmental factors. The case endures as a subject of ongoing discussion and debate within the paranormal community, an enigma that continues to cast shadows on the boundary between the known and the inexplicable. Chillingham Castle, Echoes of the Past, Whispers of the Paranormal. In the heart of Northumberland, England, a stone sentinel stands, bearing witness to centuries of history and whispers from realms unseen. Chillingham Castle, with its formidable towers and ancient walls, has etched its name not only in the annals of English architecture but also in the spectral tapestry of the paranormal. The castle's reputation as a haven for hauntings is woven with threads of legends, eerie occurrences, and the lingering presence of otherworldly entities. Among these ethereal inhabitants, one figure stands out, the enigmatic Blue Boy. This ghostly apparition has become a fixture of the castle's lore, often seen haunting the Pink Room. The mystery surrounding the Blue Boy adds a touch of melancholy to the castle's already haunting ambience. Venturing into the depths of Chillingham Castle reveals more than just tales of the Blue Boy. The dungeon, with its cold, damp walls, is said to resonate with the tortured echoes of centuries past. The torture chamber, once a site of unspeakable suffering, is now a focal point for paranormal activity. Visitors speak of an unsettling atmosphere, as if the anguish inflicted within those walls lingers as an indelible imprint on the castle's soul. The chapel, a place meant for solace and reflection, has not been spared from the touch of the supernatural. Eerie occurrences manifest within its sacred confines, leaving those who enter with a sense of awe and trepidation. From mysterious sounds to ghostly apparitions, the chapel stands as a testament to the permeability between the mortal and the ethereal. Visitors to Chillingham Castle recount encounters with apparitions that defy explanation. Shadows flit across the ancient tapestries, and the air crackles with an unseen energy. Strange sounds reverberate through the corridors, as if the castle itself whispers secrets of ages long past. A general sense of unease accompanies those who explore the castle's nooks and crannies, creating an ambience that transcends the merely historical. Chillingham Castle, draped in the mist of time, embraces its reputation as one of the most haunted castles in the United Kingdom. Each stone tells a tale, and each corridor echoes with the footsteps of both the living and the spectral. As night descends and the castle stands cloaked in darkness, the boundary between the real and the supernatural blurs, inviting those who dare to step into a realm where history and hauntings entwine in an eternal dance. Chillingham Castle, Whispers in the Shadows Part 2. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the stone walls of Chillingham Castle, the air becomes charged with an inexplicable energy, and the castle's secrets come alive in haunting detail. The Blue Boy's Lament. In the Pink Room, where the presence of the Blue Boy is said to linger, eyewitnesses have reported chilling encounters. Visitors claim to have seen the spectral figure of a young boy, clad in blue, wandering the room. Some speak of a sense of sorrow that permeates the air, as if the Blue Boy is eternally caught in a moment of poignant longing. The tales of the Blue Boy have transcended mere folklore, becoming a palpable presence that leaves an indelible mark on those who dare to enter. The dungeon's ghostly echoes. Descending into the dungeon, where the cold, damp air wraps around visitors like a spectral shroud, witnesses speak of an overwhelming sense of oppression. The residual energy of centuries-old suffering seems to materialize in the form of disembodied moans and the clinking of phantom chains. Those who brave the dungeon's depths find themselves surrounded by an unsettling ambience, as if the very air bears witness to the torments of bygone eras. Tortured spirits in the torture chamber. The torture chamber, a grim testament to a dark chapter in history, is not without its spectral visitors. Witnesses recount feeling an invisible gaze upon them, and some claim to have heard anguished cries reverberating within the chamber's stone walls. The atmosphere becomes thick with a palpable sorrow, a lingering reminder of the human suffering that unfolded in this grim space. Chapel Whispers and Apparitions. Within the chapel, where the sacred and the supernatural converge, visitors report encounters with ethereal presences. Some speak of witnessing ghostly figures kneeling in prayer, their forms translucent in the soft glow of candlelight. Unexplained sounds, like the soft rustle of unseen garments or the faint murmur of spectral voices, create an otherworldly atmosphere that transcends the boundaries of the mortal realm. General unease across the castle. As visitors traverse the castle's expansive halls, numerous accounts converge on a pervasive sense of unease. Shadows that seem to move of their own accord, whispers echoing in empty corridors, and the unshakable feeling of being observed all contribute to an atmosphere that defies rational explanation. These shared experiences form a collective narrative, weaving a tapestry of the paranormal that stretches across the entire expanse of Chillingham Castle. Chillingham Castle, with its rich history and spectral inhabitants, remains a captivating enigma. Eyewitness accounts, shaped by a blend of fear and fascination, add layers of complexity to the castle's haunting legacy. The boundary between reality and the supernatural blurs within the castle's ancient walls, inviting those who seek to unravel its mysteries into a realm where the past and the paranormal coalesce in spectral harmony. The Ghosts of Gettysburg, Chronicles of Haunting Echoes and Soldier Spirits. In the heart of historic Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where the echoes of the Civil War's brutal clash still resonate, eyewitness accounts unveil a chilling narrative of spectral encounters and haunting phenomena. Decades removed from the battlefield's grim reality, the ghosts of Gettysburg emerge from the shadows, leaving an indelible mark on those who dare to traverse the hallowed grounds. Eyewitnesses, drawn to the area by a potent mix of historical curiosity and the allure of the supernatural, recount encounters that blur the lines between the tangible and the ethereal. Ghostly soldiers materialize, their apparitions etched with the weariness of battle. Uniforms, faded by time yet vivid in detail, send shivers through those who bear witness. In the stillness of the night, the haunting echoes of battle cry anew. Eyewitnesses report hearing phantom footsteps, as if the soldiers of yesteryear continue their march across the fields. Others speak of flickering lights, inexplicable shadows, and a pervasive feeling of being watched, a spectral congregation that defies explanation. One particular eyewitness, a visitor to Devil's Den, spoke of encountering a spectral figure standing among the rocks, dressed in a Union soldier's uniform. The witness claimed that the soldier made eye contact, revealing eyes filled with a deep sorrow that transcended the boundaries of time. Another account unfolded in the wheat field, where a group of paranormal enthusiasts conducted an EVP session. As they questioned the unseen, their recordings captured disembodied voices whispering what sounded like fragmented messages from the past, faint but undeniable echoes of soldiers' lingering spirits. National Cemetery, a solemn expanse dotted with rows of weathered tombstones, is said to harbor a different energy. Eyewitnesses recount feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and reverence, as if the fallen soldiers restlessly watch over their final resting place. The intersection of history and the paranormal in Gettysburg becomes palpable through these eyewitness statements. Skepticism, when confronted with the eerie occurrences, gives way to a profound acknowledgement of the unexplained. The ghosts of Gettysburg, woven into the fabric of its landscape, beckon the curious and the courageous to explore the mysteries that linger in the aftermath of one of history's most poignant battles. The Borley Rectory, England's enigmatic haunting. The Borley Rectory, nestled in the quaint landscapes of Essex, England, holds a storied history as a haunted dwelling that unfolded during the early 20th century. Erected in 1863, it served as the residence for the Reverend Henry Bull and his family. However, the tranquility of its facade belied the spectral events that would come to define its reputation, beginning shortly after the Bull family's arrival. Reports of paranormal occurrences quickly permeated the halls of Borley Rectory, mysterious footsteps echoing through empty corridors, unexplained sounds resonating in the stillness, and ghostly apparitions materializing in the shadows. Yet, it was the tenure of Reverend Lionel Foyster's wife, Mary Ann Foyster, during the 1930s that catapulted Borley Rectory into the realm of infamy. Mary Ann Foyster claimed to be subjected to physical assaults by unseen entities, and the very walls of the rectory were said to bear inscriptions of cryptic and eerie writings. This tumultuous period in Borley Rectory's history became the focus of paranormal investigator Harry Price, whose exhaustive research culminated in the publication of The Most Haunted House in England. Price's investigative methods included seances, experimental inquiries, and interviews with witnesses, all conducted with the aim of unraveling the enigma of Borley Rectory. His work further cemented the rectory's status as a beacon in the paranormal landscape. However, the haunting took an ominous turn when the rectory succumbed to flames in 1939, leaving behind smoldering ruins that only deepened the mystique surrounding the supernatural events that had transpired within. The Borley Rectory persists as a landmark case in paranormal lore, its legacy enduring through the decades. Yet, the authenticity of the reported phenomena continues to be a subject of fervent debate. The charred remnants of Borley Rectory may have crumbled, but the haunting echoes of its mysterious past persist, casting shadows across the intersection of the tangible and the unexplained. The Rosenheim Poltergeist, Unraveling the Supernatural Cipher, Part 1. In the early 1960s, a perplexing enigma unfolded in Rosenheim, Germany, a poltergeist haunting that would captivate the town and echo through the corridors of paranormal lore. The stage for these unexplained phenomena was set in the seemingly ordinary offices of a local lawyer, where the mundane routines of legal affairs would soon give way to a supernatural drama. At the center of the disturbances was Anne-Marie Schneider, the secretary working diligently in the lawyer's office. Little did she know that her life would intertwine with forces beyond comprehension. The supernatural occurrences began as subtle disruptions, flickering lights and ringing telephones, hints of a spectral presence yet to fully reveal itself. As days unfolded, the poltergeist phenomena intensified. The lawyer's office became a stage for inexplicable events, objects moved without apparent cause, and the atmosphere crackled with an unseen energy. Anne-Marie Schneider found herself thrust into the heart of the supernatural, experiencing physical harm, including being thrown from her chair and encountering mysterious electric shocks. Word of the disturbances spread through the town like wildfire. Curious onlookers and concerned witnesses gathered, their skepticism warring with an undeniable fascination for the unexplained. The lawyer's office transformed into a focal point, attracting both the curious and those eager to unlock the secrets of the supernatural cipher. The poltergeist haunting in Rosenheim transcended the confines of the lawyer's office, capturing the attention of the media and the public alike. News outlets reported on the inexplicable happenings, and the town found itself thrust into the spotlight of the paranormal. The veil between the ordinary and the supernatural grew thin, as Rosenheim became a stage for a spectacle that defied rational explanation. Public gatherings became commonplace, as crowds gathered outside the lawyer's office in anticipation of witnessing the supernatural unfold before their eyes. Speculation ran rampant, with theories ranging from the mischievous pranks of unseen tricksters to the genuine presence of spirits from another realm. The town, once steeped in the tranquility of everyday life, now grappled with the unsettling forces that had taken residence within its midst. As the phenomena persisted, local authorities and paranormal experts were called in to unravel the mysteries that gripped Rosenheim. Skeptics and believers alike sought answers, turning to those with expertise in the arcane and the unexplained. The town became a crucible of curiosity and trepidation, as those in search of truth confronted the enigma that had woven itself into the fabric of everyday life. The Rosenheim poltergeist, in its initial manifestations, had shaken the foundations of normalcy in the town. As the tale unfolded, it would reveal deeper layers of complexity, leaving a lasting impact on those who dared to confront the supernatural cipher. The Rosenheim poltergeist, Unraveling the Supernatural Cipher, Part 2. As the investigation into the Rosenheim poltergeist gathered momentum, paranormal experts and investigators descended upon the town, armed with tools to decipher the enigmatic occurrences. Among them was a blend of skepticism and genuine curiosity, as the experts sought to separate fact from fiction in the unfolding saga of spectral disturbances. Seances became a focal point of the investigation, with attempts to communicate with the unseen entities that allegedly roamed the lawyer's office. The air crackled with anticipation as mediums and paranormal researchers delved into the unknown, seeking to make contact with the elusive spirits that left their mark on Rosenheim. These sessions added an extra layer of mystique to the already bewildering narrative. Anne-Marie Schneider, the central figure in this paranormal drama, found herself at the epicenter of the investigation. Her experiences, both harrowing and surreal, became integral to the attempts at understanding the nature of the poltergeist phenomena. Interviews and examinations sought to unravel the psychological and metaphysical dimensions of her encounters with the unknown. The phenomenon, however, was not confined to the subjective experiences of a single individual. Photographic evidence emerged, capturing moments of unexplained levitation and movement of objects within the lawyer's office. These images, presented to the public and scrutinized by skeptics, added a tangible layer to the ethereal narrative, leaving an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of the town. Despite the efforts to demystify the Rosenheim poltergeist, the phenomena resisted easy explanation. Skeptics questioned the validity of the evidence, attributing the disturbances to elaborate hoaxes or psychological factors. Believers, on the other hand, found in the events a confirmation of a reality beyond the grasp of conventional understanding. The climax of the Rosenheim poltergeist unfolded as abruptly as it had begun. The disturbances that had seized the lawyer's office and captivated the town gradually subsided, leaving behind a lingering sense of mystery and unanswered questions. The enigma of Rosenheim would endure, etched into the town's history as a testament to the transient and unpredictable nature of the supernatural. The legacy of the Rosenheim poltergeist extended beyond the confines of the 1960s, becoming a touchstone for discussions about the paranormal and the boundaries of human knowledge. The town, once a backdrop to the inexplicable, returned to its routines, forever marked by a chapter that blurred the lines between the ordinary and the extraordinary. To this day, the Rosenheim poltergeist remains a subject of fascination and debate, a spectral cipher that invites contemplation on the mysteries that linger at the edges of human understanding. The echoes of those turbulent days in the 1960s continue to resonate, ensuring that Rosenheim's encounter with the supernatural remains eternally enshrined in the annals of the unexplained. The Haunting of Doris Bither, unveiling the mysteries of the entity. In the eerie embrace of the early 1970s, Doris Bither found herself thrust into a realm where the mundane and the supernatural collided. The tranquil abode that housed her family in Culver City morphed into a battleground for a series of harrowing assaults by entities hidden from the mortal eye. Doris, a mother of four, recounted incidents that transcended the bounds of ordinary understanding, painting a portrait of domestic horror that captivated and disturbed those who delved into her unsettling tale. Doris's children, eyewitnesses to the spectral onslaught, added layers of complexity to the narrative. Their accounts, intertwined with the chilling events that unfolded within the confines of their home, painted a collective portrait of a family besieged by forces beyond their comprehension. The children's perspectives, often overlooked in the broader discourse, offered glimpses into the shared trauma that would leave an indelible mark on their lives. The arrival of paranormal investigators Carrie Gaynor and Barry Taff marked a turning point in the narrative, as their presence elevated the haunting of Doris Bither from a personal nightmare to a documented enigma. Witnesses to the unfolding paranormal drama, Gaynor and Taff meticulously chronicled their experiences as they sought to decipher the cryptic language of the supernatural. Eyewitness accounts of the investigators included encounters with inexplicable phenomena, from flickering lights that defied conventional electrical explanations to bizarre sounds that reverberated through the Bither household. The investigators documented a series of events that challenged the boundaries of rationality. The investigators themselves, seasoned in the pursuit of the unexplained, became integral witnesses to a haunting that defied easy explanations. Photographs, often hailed as compelling evidence, provided a visual narrative of the haunting. The images, captured during the investigations, purportedly showcased spectral manifestations, ethereal entities that existed on the periphery of the visible spectrum. These visual records, while subject to scrutiny, added a layer of tangibility to the elusive nature of the supernatural, creating an archive that resonated with both believers and skeptics. The skepticism surrounding the entity reached a crescendo as the haunting gained notoriety and eventually inspired a cinematic adaptation. Doubters questioned the veracity of Doris's claims, pondering the role of psychological factors in shaping the narrative. The delicate interplay between mental health and the supernatural became a battleground for theories, casting a shadow over the already enigmatic case. Despite the controversy, the haunting of Doris Bither endures as a fascinating and contentious chapter in paranormal lore. The chilling echoes of the entity persist, challenging investigators, skeptics, and enthusiasts alike to navigate the blurred boundaries between reality and the inexplicable. Doris Bither's tale, with its layers of witness testimonies, remains a testament to the enduring enigma of the paranormal, inviting those brave enough to confront the mysteries that linger in the shadowy corners of the human experience. The Battle of Los Angeles, when the skies ignited in fear and mystery. In the throes of World War II, the city of Los Angeles found itself thrust into a surreal episode that would echo through the annals of history, the Battle of Los Angeles, or the Great Los Angeles Air Raid. The stage was set in 1942, mere months after the devastating attack on Pearl Harbor. Fears of a Japanese air raid on the West Coast loomed large, casting a pall of anxiety over the city. The tension reached a climax in the early morning hours of February 25, 1942, when the serene skies of Los Angeles transformed into a battleground. Anti-aircraft artillery, poised to defend against potential threats, unleashed a barrage of gunfire at an unidentified object looming ominously overhead. The city plunged into darkness as a blackout was enforced, and panic seized the hearts of those who gazed upward in trepidation. The incident, shrouded in chaos and uncertainty, remains an unsolved mystery that has fueled speculation and debate for decades. The object in the sky, elusive and enigmatic, defied identification, leaving witnesses and authorities bewildered. The official narrative suggested the possibility of a weather balloon drifting into the line of fire, but this explanation failed to quell the intrigue surrounding the event. Eyewitness accounts from that fateful night speak of a surreal spectacle, a mysterious craft illuminated by the pulsating glow of anti-aircraft fire. Some witnesses reported seeing the object maneuvering with an otherworldly agility, evading the onslaught directed at it. The cacophony of artillery fire and the desperate attempt to ward off an unseen adversary created an atmosphere of wartime hysteria. As the echoes of gunfire subsided and the skies over Los Angeles regained their calm, the incident lingered as an unresolved enigma. Theories about the nature of the unidentified object varied, ranging from mundane explanations like weather phenomena to the more fantastical notion of an extraterrestrial visitation. The Battle of Los Angeles stands as a testament to a moment in time when fear and uncertainty gripped a city already grappling with the anxieties of war. The mystery persists, casting a shadow over that February night and inviting speculation into the true nature of the elusive object that briefly turned the skies over Los Angeles into a theater of the unknown. As we part ways, dear thrill seekers, let the haunting tales linger in your mind. Like, share, and subscribe to keep the spectral whispers alive. Until the shadows beckon again, keep your lanterns burning bright, and may the shadows never cease to fascinate. This is Banshee, signing off. Pleasant nightmares.